have to admit, speaking on this stage is quite a daunting task. After all, the next few minutes are supposed to make a profound impact on this year's graduating class. Maybe I'm being slightly dramatic, but so are the costumes that Noelle and I wore every year for Twin Day. Anyway, as I sat on my bed about a month ago trying to come up with a speech for today, a certain phrase ticked through my head without respite. Do not write a speech full of commencement cliches. Good evening, students, parents, family members, teachers, and faculty. Thank you for being here tonight to support the Jupiter Christian class of 2016. It is my great honor to be speaking to you as both president and salutatorian of this year's graduating class. Like I said earlier, my biggest fear is speaking in cliches while giving this speech. I wrestled with many ideas for tonight, and nothing seemed to come to mind. But then I had an epiphany. Merriam-Webster defines a cliche as a phrase or expression that has been used so often that it is no longer original or interesting. If cliches are so overused, it is likely that they once had significant meaning. In our generation specifically, we have seen meaning reintroduced to many previously dead fads. Similarly, I'm going to attempt to bring some cliches back into style and reintroduce their significance. Seniors, we made it. Now, you ask, where exactly did we make it? Graduation, obviously. We made it through high school, but more importantly, we made it through 18 years of growth and challenge. We made it through the junior year panic of, oh, my future, I guess that's important. Some of us made it through memorizing the entire life cycle of Salmonella typhi. Thanks, Miss Carmen. And others of us made it through Miss Flesh's dreaded capstone project. We even made it through the muffled morning announcements and Thursday afternoons, which seemed to last for years. Memories. Somehow we made it. We made it through our own individual struggles. During the past 4 years of high school, some of us had dealt with more challenge than many will ever struggle with in their entire life. Hardships plagued a large number of us, but we made it. We made it because, by God's grace, each and every one of us has been given the strength, the will, the fight, and the drive to make it through any trials that come our way. We should strive to use these abilities to impact the world for Christ. In only 4 short years, some of us have achieved much more than we would have ever imagined we would on our first day as freshmen. We are called to use our strength and perseverance to work hard and better this world for Jesus Christ. While I certainly believe that God has given us an inner drive and determination, there are mentors in our lives who have molded us into the people who we are today. For a moment, I'm going to speak directly to the teachers, parents and guardians, and other loved ones in the audience. Thank you. Thank you, parents. Thank you for the opportunity to go to Jupiter Christian School. Thank you for your love, support, and sacrifice. But most importantly, thank you for teaching us how to live a life that is pleasing to God. To all other loved ones, whether they are friends, siblings, or extended family, thank you for being there to put a smile on our faces. Thank you, teachers. Thank you for preparing us to take on the world academically and spiritually. I truly believe that one of the most unique things about Jupiter Christian is the unique relationships between the teachers and the students. And I'm sure all of us, will miss you more than you will know next year. You have impacted us with love and guidance that will benefit us in the future. Let me remind you, fellow classmates, we are the future. Yes, there it is, another screeching cliche in this speech. Of course, we are the future. A newborn baby is the future. However, even though the phrase, we are the future, is an overused cliche, we cannot take it lightly. We have a responsibility to this world. We live in a world that is falling away from the Christian principles that our parents, teachers, and loved ones have worked so hard to teach us. Additionally, the world is falling away from the hard work ethic that our mentors have worked tirelessly to ingrain in our minds. Because we are the future, we have the power to change the current trends in the world. Our phenomenal mentors have given us the knowledge, tools, and resources that we need to impact the world intellectually and spiritually. Thank you, parents, teachers, and loved ones, for your sacrifice and concern for us. And students, know how important your place is in this world. In Matthew 28, Jesus commands us to spread the gospel to all who surround us. We have the ability to bring the gospel to people no matter what we end up doing with our lives. We should use this ability to spread the intellect, knowledge, and love of Christ that our mentors in our lives have worked tirelessly to teach us. During a lifetime, it's easy to get caught up in little tasks and responsibilities, especially in high school. I want to take this opportunity to encourage you, my fellow classmates, to cherish every moment. I don't know if it's quite hit me yet, but after today, it is highly probable that I will not see many of you again. Instead of crying over this fact, which I already have, I need to accept that saying goodbye is part of life's journey. We will never again get to witness Ashley paint a beautiful masterpiece for JCS or watch Philip dominate on the JCS basketball court. Caitlin will never again announce the student of the day. Nick will never pitch in a JCS baseball game, and Noelle will never sing in chapel as a JCS student. However, we are all off to bigger and better things. In this small group of graduates, there are future doctors, business owners, teachers, nurses, reporters, artists, professional athletes, lawyers, scientists, and producers, and the list goes on. This past spring, I had the opportunity to travel to India with 5 other Jupiter Christian students. While in India, we constantly talked about how badly we wanted to return someday. However, while it's relatively easy to board a flight to India, we will never be able to recreate the experiences that we had there. Similarly, no matter how hard we try, we are never going to be able to recreate the memories that we made here at Jupiter Christian and that we will continue to make in our individual lives as we leave here. So cherish every moment. Remember the little things. Build true relationships. When I left India, I told myself, don't forget the faces around you. Well, Jupiter Christian class of 2016, don't forget the faces around you. In closing, I want to leave you with one of the biggest cliches of all. This is not the end, but the beginning. Our generation, as you all know, is referred to as Generation Y. In an article in the New York Times, Tom G. Buchholz and Victoria Buchholz wrote, quote, "Sometime in the past 30 years, someone has hit the brakes on Americans, particularly young Americans, and we have become risk-aversive and sedentary." A couple of weeks ago, during senior chapel, Mr. Morowski had our parents pray over us before the end of the ceremony. As I was walking out the door after that prayer, I turned to one of my friends and nonchalantly said, "I feel like they're sending us off to war." A couple of seconds later, it hit me that, in a sense, we are entering a war zone. My challenge to you seniors is to stand out from the stereotypes placed on our generation. I encourage you to work hard and stand firm in the beliefs that you have. Do not be swayed and altered by the trends in our society. After the walk across the stage, we begin our official adult lives. We are entering a world that will ridicule us for our beliefs. We will often feel excluded and ashamed. Metaphorically speaking, the world is a battlefield. However, as Ephesians 6 says, we are to put on the full armor of God so that we can take our stand against the devil's schemes. Throughout the past 18 years, our parents, teachers, and other loved ones have prepared us to fight with the Word of God on our side. I want to encourage you to use what you have learned to face life with headlong passion. My final charge to you is found in Hebrews 12:1, which states, "Let us run with perseverance the race marked out with us." So, seniors, run your race, stand firm in your beliefs, and spread the love of Christ to all who surround you. Because, as cliche as it might sound, our actions do speak louder than our words. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Jupiter Christian School class of 2016.